I remember what I talked about the other day, but it was
Okay, we're live now, but I'm not sure if it's on.
And now the music is off, and we can talk.
Okay,
So
well, we
I
could
had a
talk.
fun drive last night.
Oh, okay, tell
Had a
us.
fun what?
I drive
Drive.
for Uber. That's how I pay rent.
Oh, okay.
And so a guy asked me to stop at a gas station real quick so that he could pop in and grab something. Who knows what?
Cool.
And this is a common request for me. And because I don't know how long it's going to take him, there might be a long line. I deserve to get paid for my time. My response has become, if you add it to the app, if you add the stop in the app. Um, because even if it only takes a few seconds, I'm still sitting there waiting, and I deserve to get paid. But sometimes it takes like 5, 10 minutes because there's a line. Um,
Right.
this guy was shocked because apparently no one has ever refused to just stop at a gas station and let him pop in and buy cigarettes. Um, what shocked me was that he then turned around and said, "It's because I'm black, isn't it?" I thought he was joking,
Ooh.
but he kept going, accusing me of racism. That's the most racist thing that's ever happened to him. I just kept going in silence. Eventually, I said, "If you want, I can pull over and let you out right here so you don't have to keep going with me if that's what you feel." And he said, "No, no." We kept going. Eventually, we get to the destination, and he gets out, confirms it's the right spot. So I hit the end thing and give him 1 star, say disrespectful and other stuff. And then says, "This is the wrong spot," because he put in the wrong fucking address for the final destination. Because he wanted to go to the station, a bar in Simpsonville, but we ended up at the Smoke Station, a vape shop, a couple blocks away. And he's like, "Hey, you don't know, you need to give me to the," and I'm like, "No, I'm already on my next ride, and I resent the accusation. I'm gonna leave." So that kind of ruined the end of the night for me.
Mhm.
And I made sure to, like, I mean, the next guy, I picked him up at a cigar bar. We went to a Waffle House 7 miles away, then went to his house 8 miles in the other direction. And that Waffle House was run like shit. He had called in the order earlier, and he still had to wait 15 minutes to get his food. Um, and that guy was awesome. But, like, while we were waiting, I made sure to go into the app and not just give the guy a bad rating, but specifically make a complaint about his attitude and his accusation because I knew he's probably going to make a complaint about me and I wanted to get ahead of him.
Mhm.
And they said, "We take this very seriously and we're sorry you had this," and blah, blah, blah. But
Mhm.
I mean, he's like, he's straight. It's just, that's like the one interaction that a white person will remember out of like the thousands of interactions they have with black people.
Yeah.
That guy did not do himself any favors last night, is what I want to say.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't often get that as well too, but I think
I mean,
like
you work in a warehouse,
from
but when you were working at a gas station, did you get that?
mm, no.
Yeah. Or stock room, not a
Well,
warehouse, I
no,
should
I
say.
actually, it's actually, no, no, I did when I did work at a gas station. I'm making sure the passcode is correct. For some reason, Necronomicon has difficulty like getting in as well too.
Well, and
Should
I'm getting the spinny circle here.
Spinny circle. Oh, god damn it. Is the internet acting up again?
did you? Okay, yeah, it looks like it on like the YouTube live stream.
Yep.
Oh,
Because I'm
YouTube
watching.
says I have an excellent connection. And OBS is saying that it's kind of garbage.
Ugh.
Okay, so then it's like your computer, then maybe. Well, like
And
it's
also
not.
my headphones are acting up because they're old and crap.
Yes. And now we're joined by Necronomicon. Hello.
Hello!
Oh, Necronomicon, this is Joyfire Reindeer, the indigenous heretics. Joyfire Reindeer, Necronomicon, my friend. The weather friend that we invite on to
Whenever
talk about
I
weather.
have random weird ass questions about weather shit, Geek passes them along. Let's see.
Yeah, so yeah, I am the podcast's unofficially official weather encyclopedia, I guess.
Well, you are my friend, and you like said like you would love to come on my show for that specialty, but also for like other things that you would like to talk about, like serious matters as well too, or
And
even
if you ever
shit.
have anything you want to come on here to talk about, go nuts. Okay, now YouTube is saying it's not getting enough video.
Right now, John Brockman's having difficulty on his end with his internet or
Yeah, the
computer or
back
something
end
like
is
that.
they're getting buffering, and it looks like the video is not running smooth. So what I'm going to try and do is,
Slap it on the side.
I'm first going to go out and
Use
try
the
and reset
big
my routing,
hammer.
which would mean an actual interruption. But
Yeah,
while
okay.
I'm doing that,
Hey, if you're gonna spank it, make sure it has permission first.
Consent is key.
The safety
but
word
make
is
sure you
bananas.
discuss it long enough beforehand that there's a
Even with
disconnect. That makes it
CNC, it's still key.
Mhm.
fun. So I'm going to go reset my routing real quick. Let's see if that'll do.
Yeah, we can continue talking as well too. The audience might not get all of it because it will be like a brief, like a disconnection as well too. So it's like we can just talk about like random stuff as well too, like what we've been up to as well.
Well, has my weekend been interesting to say the least?
Sure.
So
You're amongst friends.
So I have a car. She is my baby. I actually just got her paid off.
Oh, that moment.
I got her paid off. She also just hit 100,000 miles.
Oh,
nice.
mhm.
And she still runs great. The problem is that earlier this weekend, when I tried to get my key out of the ignition, you know the part that actually goes into the ignition, you know, the thing that you slide into the ignition, then turn
Don't make it sexual.
to start it up.
Well, she always makes it sexual.
I can make not anything. I will make anything I want sexual.
You're a white man. You could make falling down the stairs sexual.
Are you talking to
Well,
Heath?
just because white men do that to their wives.
No,
Okay.
John.
He's
John
talking about me.
Brockman.
Okay, John. Okay.
Just because
Right
white
now.
men frequently make their wives do that.
Where were we are?
So when I went to pull out, it.
That's not sexual, not at all.
Oh my god, a kitten!
Mhm.
One of my
Yeah,
demons.
no, when I went to pull it out, it snapped off.
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
Now here's the thing. It still works. I can put it into the ignition, put the key fob on it in the hole that it normally is attached
And then
into,
twist it.
turn it, and it works. But like that piece should not be separated from the key fob.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say
So
something
it-
else. Where sometimes you just can't remove the key from the ignition because the car doesn't think you should be allowed
So I
to.
went to the nearest dealership for my vehicle's brand, and I went in and I was like, "Hey!" And the thing is, I'm going in there. I'm trying to look dead in, like I'm autistic. I'm autistic. I have ADHD. I'm not good at looking people in their eyes. But I made sure when I went into this dealership to look them dead in the eyes and not turn my hey, I got a weird problem for you. and I showed them the key fob in one hand and the actual ignition piece in the other hand, and they were like, "Ooh, that's not
bitch.
good."
Okay, let me get the hot glue gun.
and unfortunately, their service department closes at 1 on Saturday, so I have to wait until Monday to go in.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
And then my computer crashed last night right after my stream.
Okay, at
Well,
least it's
it was
right after your stream. Yes.
Bunny, okay, let me explain something to you. When did my stream end last night? What, at like 4 o'clock in
Maybe.
AM Eastern time? We were up until 7:30 AM trying to get it fixed.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been
And
I've been a computer geek for about 30 years. I have a lot of horror stories like that.
Mhm.
yeah,
Mhm.
no.
Did you try turning it off and back on again? That's what I just did, and it fixed it.
So what we figured out was that was the problem.
So your Windows Tier 1 level support.
So that was actually
That's
the
all I
problem.
got. That's what I do with my car too. I mean,
I got
it turns out that so the electricity is a little finicky down in my gamer basement, especially if we have like storms and stuff. And I guess what we believe happened was the computer had been like powered off suddenly like that enough times that apparently some of the Windows files had been corrupted.
Oh.
I mean, at least
And-
it was a software issue, which you can.
Right.
Correct,
We
rather
thought it
than
might have been a
damage to the
hardware issue,
hardware.
but then she figured out that it was actually a software issue, and we like updated my GPU, we updated the BIOS as well, and that might have jostled something.
Yeah. Computers are funny that way as well too.
Yeah.
They're sensitive little boys.
Mhm.
They're
Yes.
gremlins. I have
Excuse me,
gremlins.
my
They're
computers
as sensitive as
are
Republicans.
Okay. My computer's RGB lights are red, but that's because I'm a goth bitch.
Yes.
And my computer, like my car, is a girl. Thank you very much.
Does your computer or your car have a name?
My car does, actually.
Of course it does.
My car's name is Lucifer.
Ah, yes, of course.
So you were saying you're a goth bitch.
Yes. I'm also a demon. I'm also part demon, so it
Yes.
kind of makes sense in that regard.
Demon cat girl. Do you sometimes
Yes,
call her Lucy?
exactly. Yes, I actually call her Lucy all
Yes.
the time. And
Yes.
whenever somebody's like, I'll go up to my car, it's like, Lucy, my baby. and all I'm gonna say is, if you saw my car, you would understand why she's named that way.
Yes.
Do you sometimes like wash her gently?
No, I let the rain do that. I let the storm goddess clean my car whenever she thinks it's necessary.
Oh, and
Okay,
here I
so-
was giving you the opportunity to sexualize your car again.
No, I do not sexualize my car.
You
Does your
just
car like to
did
get-
with the key fob.
I sexualize the key fob, not the car.
I've got a question for you.
I
So why do you think the octagon on Saturn is stable?
Hexagon.
It's a hexagon.
I thought it was an octagon.
No, it's a hexagon.
No, I was
Okay.
curious about that when I looked it up, and it turns out jet streams don't have to be circular; they can have an uppy-down pattern, and that's what did that.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Initially,
the case on
look
Saturn.
at the red spot on Jupiter. That's been there for a day or two.
So,
Yeah.
so
But
what's
it's
interesting
shrinking.
about Jupiter's red spot is that, if I recall correctly, Jupiter's red spot is actually an area of high pressure,
Mhm.
not an area of low pressure.
That sounds backwards.
It is backwards.
Well, it's Jupiter, so
Mhm.
So does
Yeah.
that
Let me-
mean is it like something coming up from below or something, or?
So low pressure. So it depends, because when you think, you gotta think about it this way: the top of the red spot on Jupiter is at the top of Jupiter's atmosphere.
Yeah, that's
so
where you can see it.
yeah, so that would mean that the air at the center of the spot should theoretically be shrinking, if anything, if we're using Earth's physics, or not shrinking, falling.
Yeah.
Because low pressure, at least on Earth, low pressure is indicative of rising air, and high pressure is indicative of sinking air.
Yeah.
I am actually going online to confirm.
Mhm. This is this.
All
yeah,
I know
this
is that moving fluids exert less pressure, so I would expect it to be a low pressure system because it's a gigantic spinning thing.
Yeah. I just know that like low pressure system means like most likely rain with precipitation. Well, high pressure system means most
Yep.
likely clear skies.
The Great Red Spot is a persistent high pressure region in the atmosphere of Jupiter.
Wow.
Yep. It
Here I thought it was
produces
just a zone of turbulence that managed to exist between two
Oh,
of its
it
bands.
absolutely can
Oh.
cause turbulence along the edges of the storm.
No, I mean, I thought it was just, the two contra rotating bands of the jet winds or jet streams. The one pushing against the other had created this spinny thing that happened to persist for a couple of centuries because Jupiter's fucking huge. But it sounds like it's something really fucking weird.
Yeah. So what's interesting is that how do I put it? For a high pressure system, the highest winds that you'll see are near the edges of the storm, like the outside edges.
Yep.
And for a low pressure system, they get faster and faster as you get towards the center.
Cool.
So because the air it's aerodynamics and like fluid dynamics and stuff. So it's
and engineers will cry when you bring those up.
Yeah, they will. But that's why when if you look at the Great Red Spot and you like watch time lapses of it, you'll see that the middle of the Great Red Spot is actually very stable. Like there's almost no air movement at all.
Yeah.
Huh.
The
That
eye
makes
of the
sense,
storm
honestly.
type thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Got another question for you.
All right.
This is a combination, I guess, too, because it's something I've been looking into. One of my books is partially about the ocean and whether or not the life exists below the ice on Enceladus.
Ooh.
So that one, but then also on Titan, you got all the elements of life. You got hydrocarbons, you got everything you need. It's just that the temperature is
And
down
also radiation from the
right.
the big ball.
But yeah, but
The sun.
No,
I
the
bet-
other one, the closer one.
That one.
Saturn. But
Yeah.
that we have technically, other than coal, all the elements of life like we do here on Earth, and for a long time, the scientists, even until recently, relatively recently, 30, 40 years, were like, no, there's no way life can exist on those. But we have extremophiles.
Yep,
and
tardigrades.
Yep. Cara Santa Maria on her podcast Talking Nerdy, like 2 months back maybe, had she always interviews scientists with a focus on female scientists or scientist communicators. Had written a book about life underground, like way underground, in places where it's almost impossible for life to live. And she talked about life that just lives extremely slowly in very strange environments.
Right.
So this for our perspective, it would be an extremophile. For them, it would just be what you do.
Life. It's just like fresh water to fish as well too. That's just how we live as well too. They live as well too. Yeah, I honestly believe that tardigrades will just like live in like any environment as well too until
Well, they can survive any environment.
Yeah, true. That's a good, fair point. Oh, so the Necronomicon. Oh, FIY Necronomicon. Isaiah Taylor will probably pop in and join us while he's on his break at work. That's why he's not joining us today. But there was the reason why we mentioned you last week as well too, that like John Brockman, when he was like muted, actually, kind of like Isaiah Taylor brought up the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory, and I'll put this in our Zoom chat as well, because of like the folk legend of a scientifically unsupported like a folk legend and popular joke amongst Tallahassee residents, because this is in Tallahassee, Florida, that the magnetic lab, the National High Magnetic Field Laboratory shields Tallahassee from hurricanes and from weather in general. So, magnets on weather. Is there some science to that?
And if Tallahassee does have strange weather. Is it because it's like right there in Florida's armpit?
I think Tallahassee has strange people because it's filled with Florida men.
Not strange people, strange weather. But yes, it does have strange people.
I'm sure Isaiah will confirm that there's strange people in Florida as well too.
I lived there for a year, so it has one.
I have been to Florida many a times, mainly in the more central and southern regions, not the Panhandle.
Yeah.
And now I just don't go to Florida for obvious reasons.
Yeah, exactly.
The last time I went to Florida was not voluntarily.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is it was unplanned, and it was after Bunny girlfriend and I decided we were not going back to Florida. Unfortunately, we had to go back to Florida because Bunny girlfriend's mother's health was in decline at the time, and we were not sure how much longer she was going to live. She's doing fine now.
Okay, good.
But this was right after I got my in my server, I've showed the picture of my first tattoo I got, which was the fairy tale emblem.
Okay, yes.
And
it's in trans colors, right?
It's in trans pride colors.
Yes.
And in a pretty prominent area too.
Ah, yes.
So imagine after getting this tattoo and then being told a couple months later, hey, we got to go to Florida.
Yeah, yeah. Interesting that the reverse of that, friend of the show and like my friend of mine, one of my mods, 255 AD, he like just found his next door neighbor or like right in his neighborhood, someone had put out a plaque, but it's all in Latin, so you can't really like know what it is unless you say it in Latin. But it's translated to white, majestic, and proud. Basically, that's a proud white supremacist, but being cowarded as having his like the thing set in Latin as well too.
So apropos of nothing, if you spray someone's house with gasoline.
Okay, no, I'm stopping you there. We're not doing this. It's of terrorism. No uncoded and Short Freak Revolution 46A. No uncoded messages over open channels. Well, too.
You shouldn't really, I don't think anybody should do anything like that. Okay, because there can be, some accidents, whatever. I do think that sewage would be a great substitute.
Oh, yep. There we go. That'd be a good place to TP and like throw eggs, or just like.
But then you could be technically charged with bioterrorism.
True. Yeah, exactly. Because it is vandalism as well.
Okay, now thermite can melt through an engine block.
And then light it on fire in their front porch.
Oh, yeah, the sewage or dog shit on the bag and light on fire. Billy Madison has taught us all well.
I still enjoy that picture that I saw where at a park where someone had a bucket and a sign above it that said, please provide your dog poop for ICE agents.
Speaking of, go ahead.
I have a picture of a protest, and I wish I was there because I'd have been right on the line with them. Okay, so you got it. There's not like any tape or anything. There's just, I think there was like a pole in between across the road or whatever. Kind of like what they do at Walmart, where they do, to channel the lemmings into aisles. But anyway, so you got the ice on one side, and then you have people on the other side. Holding fishing rods in front of them with plastic ice cubes on them.
Fishing for ice.
There is a popular conspiracy theory floating around that ICE agents are recruiting Proud Boys. Because
I don't necessarily know if they're recruiting it. I don't think they need to recruit them. They just show up.
That they're recruiting them to act as ICE agents, the same way they can recruit local police.
Deputized.
Because there are lots of pictures. If you Google just ICE agents, and you look at the images, you'll see guys in blue jeans wearing masks. You'll see guys in shorts wearing like a t-shirt and then another button-down shirt unbuttoned over it. They just look like random white guys wearing Kevlar and the ski mask. But the thing is, opening arguments. The podcast is back. Thomas Smith got that back a while back.
Okay.
And he's now paired with an immigration attorney.
Mm,
And that
nice, okay.
immigration attorney has confirmed that, no, those are just ICE agents. ICE agents are unprofessional pieces of shit.
Yeah.
They're Nazis who don't have the Nazi aesthetic.
So far, from what I've seen, there hasn't been anything revealed, but I know that in one particular court case, the ICE agents asked the judge, not ICE agents, the ICE lawyers asked the judge to keep their names secret.
Oh, that's,
that's
right.
actually pretty routine
Yeah.
among the cops because they don't want people
Right,
to be able to track them because they're fascists.
Right. Well, no. The ICE lawyers, not the ICE agents themselves.
Well, no, the ICE lawyers are also ICE agents.
Right, but here's the thing.
DAs are cops.
That's public record.
Yeah.
Freedom of Information Act. Whether or not they provide it is a different story,
Yeah.
but you can.
Yeah.
They hide their they hide their faces, they hide their pictures, they hide their names, and
Yeah.
the courts
my
give them
next
cover.
tattoos. I figured out my next tattoos.
Buckeyes or something like that. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So, yeah. Back to weather or other phenomenons like, hey, Necronomicon. I just remembered that like you were like looking at something that happened like a Monday night or no Tuesday night as it were too. There was like one of the largest earthquakes that we had that happened off the coast of like Russia, 8.8.
Yeah. Well, technically that's not meteorology, but a lot of meteorological scientists pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Yes. So what happened? So like there was a tsunami.
So you have an
warning.
explanation. It's going to be simple and easy, right?
Well, I wanted like to know what was the follow-up of
Listen.
this.
There are some things that I am simple and easy about, and meteorology is not one of them.
I know.
I gotta Neil deGrasse Tyson this shit.
Well, also I know the easy way to your heart is food, and so just like give you food, and there you go.
Or maybe
There's another easy way. There's another easy way to my heart that doesn't involve food, but
go under the ribcage.
no, I was gonna.
If it'll reach that far.
It does involve pumping. I mean, what?
It's the wrong gender for me anyway, so.
Joey's just like, what the fuck did I get into?
Oh no, Joey's all in on this shit.
You should hear I talk to Joey almost every day, and you should hear the conversation that we have.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't. At least I can't shock Joey. This basic ass white boy cannot shock Joey Lame Deer.
But
Well,
I'm not upset.
I'd like to think I'm not basic, but but anyways, yes,
Spicy.
earthquake. So, oh yeah, very spicy. Neurospicy.
I'm just trying to figure out if
spicy.
spice is acidic or basic. I think it's probably acidic.
Spice is commonly associated with acidic.
Yeah. No, the thing is, it mostly tastes hot, but yeah, the peppers are sweet, so I figure it's probably acidic.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of times, like with buffalo sauce, they usually add vinegar, which is acidic.
Yeah.
So
Spices themselves are neither inherently acidic nor basic. It's the fruit.
no, they're not. They're not. It's about how the spice is prepared necessarily. Like, what's the final?
Well, no, I
product
was
that
just
it's
talking
supplied.
about how peppers are sweet. So I was thinking,
Yeah.
and acids are sweet. Well, actually, they're sour.
Are all peppers? Because I know a pepper that isn't sweet, but are they all supposed to be sweet or what?
Well, I mean, they're fruits, and they're supposed to attract animals to eat them.
I see. But like but some fruits are savory, like tomatoes.
For the African pepper spice,
And I was misthinking because acids are actually sour, not sweet.
it's
So
my favorite.
just ignore this way. Ignore me.
Well, sour. Sour is what happens when you combine sweet and acidic.
It's my favorite spice, but
No, I mean, you vomit. That's HCl, and it's just sour.
it's 40 times hotter than a jalapeno.
I don't like to think of my vomit as sour.
You spend enough time with an
earthquakes.
alcoholic, you get familiar with it. Let's just say that.
Yeah, back to earthquakes is what we're doing. Yes.
So yeah, there was a big ass earthquake that happened off of the eastern coast of Russia earlier this week.
It's so weird to think of Russia as having an east coast.
Yeah, no, and and it's that right off that
Kamchatka.
peninsula of Russia too.
Mhm.
It's how you
there's
get
like
from the Russia to the U.S. in Risk.
Wasn't it like a 8.6 or a 8.8 or
It was
something
an 8,
big like
so
that?
it was an 8.8. They originally marked it as an 8.0, but then after further review and stuff, sometimes they'll upgrade or downgrade it after the initial findings. But yeah, it got upgraded to an 8.8, which would make it the most powerful earthquake to have occurred since the Japan earthquake that caused the tsunami, that caused the giant tsunami in 2011, that caused the Fukushima disaster.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
And this is
14-year
because of
gap.
global warming.
The earthquake,
No.
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 Well,
the earthquake-
actually, I
no.
mean, oh no, wait, no, that's the northern ice cap, so that doesn't sit on
And
me.
didn't
Damn it,
it
I can't make
start
that
a
case.
volcano off?
Yes,
Until
it
Kamchatka?
did set. It did set off. I don't know if it directly set off the volcano, but there are a lot of people are thinking that one may have led to the other.
Mm.
It's sometimes hard to
Or they may have a
causality.
common cause.
Yeah, but what's interesting was that area had a lot of earthquake activity in the weeks prior. Like it had become a hot zone for smaller earthquakes, and like there's a city on that peninsula that has like 145,000 people on it. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name because
Is it Sevastopol?
I have no fucking clue. But anyways,
that's on the Black Sea.
They had been reporting like earthquake activity. They had like 6.0s at one point, and it had just been people had known that something might happen there. So so having an 8.8 happen there was not a shock. It was a shock, but but what's interesting is people talk about aftershocks a lot with main earthquakes. There are foreshocks. So the series of earthquakes that happened before were very likely foreshocks. So when an earthquake of that magnitude occurs, because it's offshore, the obvious concern is tsunami potential. Of course, the last time we had one anywhere close to this big, 2011, Japan.
And there was also Indonesia. I think it was
Indonesia. That was a 9.1 or a 9.2, something like that. But the thing that's worth noting is there's a few different types of earthquakes in terms of the ways in which the tectonic plates function.
Yeah, a side slip isn't going to be a problem, but it's the
side slip is not a problem because
it's when you get a drop or an uplift.
Yeah, side slip is what happens when the two plates are moving side by side with each other in opposite directions, and then they get stuck and then adjust. But there's no vertical movement there, so tsunami risk is not as much of a concern. But with this one, when it's a megathrust type earthquake, I presume that what happened is it's one of those underslip types where one plate is going underneath the other. So when they adjust, the top plate rises up. And that's what potentially causes tsunamis. So
it's not just going up. The one in Indonesia was because the one went down. So the water dropped and fell away.
Yes, but the top plate gets stuck as well.
Yeah.
And it's getting pushed down with the one that's falling down. So when it releases, it rises back up.
Yeah. So in Indonesia, what happened? The water fell away, and the reason that
the water fell away, and then it'll rise back up.
So the residents all rushed out to grab fish that suddenly found themselves stranded, and
so
they got
what
caught
happens with
when
the
the water
tsunami?
rushed back in.
Well, that's what happens. That's not necessarily the earthquake itself. That's the tsunami caused.
No, I'm saying but I'm just saying that the water fell away because a huge shelf of land fell down. In that case. I know
not necessarily.
a small amount about this because I took a class on this in grad school.
There's a little bit. You got a little bit of things confused there.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of things that occur with land in regards to the earthquake itself and then the tsunami. So all right. So land can be directly affected by a megathrust earthquake, specifically when in two ways. One is when the plate that is falling in gets stuck.
Hmm.
When the pressure
Yeah.
releases, it's able to suddenly move further in, which actually can cause the land to sink further into the water. First off, that's what's expected to happen with Cascadia, by the way.
Oh, yep. That's where I live in the Pacific Northwest of like Cascade Mountains in Washington State, and like, I'm part of the Ring of Fire. We have four. I live there. Four
but the
volcanoes.
other thing that happens is that upper plate, because it's caught, it's getting forced down. So when that pressure releases, it suddenly rises up. So that rising action is commonly what causes the tsunami wave to begin. You can have ones where they might fall in, and then that causes the water to rush in and then rise back up. But in this case, but the thing that you're talking about, where the water falls back in right before the tsunami, that's a result of wave function. Wave function in and of itself. When
you get
when
the,
a giant,
you're always going to have the trough and the peak for any wave.
Yep.
In this case, it just happened to be the case that the trough came before the peak.
Well, the trough always comes before the peak when it comes to tsunamis.
Okay.
They always do.
That I did not know.
Before a tsunami hits, almost always the water will recede by a lot, and then it'll come in. So yeah, that's what happened with Indonesia. In fact, that actually happened with this one on a smaller scale.
Okay.
So there was a tsunami in Russia.
Oh, there absolutely was.
Okay.
There absolutely was. It just was not a very tall tsunami.
Okay.
The highest waves that were observed, I think, were like 10 to 15 feet, which was like on that eastern coast of Russia. And then as it spreads, it loses a little bit of that energy. But the thing is, a tsunami wave itself is not that tall.
It's just big.
It's very long, and it's not that tall, but it has a lot of energy because of how fast it's moving. Tsunami waves move at about 500 miles per hour when they're at sea.
Wow.
But as it gets closer to land, and it shallows out,
the waves
it's forced to slow. It slows down, and all that energy gets piled up into one small area, which causes the wave to become higher. That energy has to go somewhere, so if it can't go forward, it's going to go up.
Are tsunamis limited by the speed of sound in water? Like in terms of how fast they move?
I don't know if that is the case.
Okay.
Because I know they're S waves rather than compression waves. So
yeah, I'm not really familiar on that part. I could see how that might be possible, but I do not know. I think
it's the energy moving,
not
the water. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is as they get towards land, they slow down, they get taller. So what the thing is, we don't always know how tall those waves are. We can get an idea of what the maximum height could be. So
because eventually the water collapses. Yeah.
So when the tsunami warnings and advisories got issued, they posted what the maximum potential height could be.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think they said that the maximum potential height was like 1 to 3 meters, depending on the area. So that would be anywhere from 3 to 10 feet.
Yep.
Honestly,
areas,
I'm not worried about the potential height of the wave if the tsunami's coming at me. I'm worried how far away I have to run.
Well, the height of the wave is dependent on that.
Oh, okay.
Because the height of the wave...
and also elevation of the land. Okay.
Elevation, it's a combination of the height of the wave and not necessarily the elevation of the land, but the steepness of the land, the slope of the land as you get close to shore.
Yeah.
Because, if a wave is 10 feet tall, but if you're right on the mountains, it's not going to go very far. Versus if it's sea level, like for a mile in, then it could still inundate.
Like Florida, Indonesia, that one coast, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would think
In
that
fact,
everyone on the Ring of Fire, they would all just, like standard education, say this is how far inland you have to run.
Yeah. So what's interesting and not necessarily comforting is the fact that Pacific Ring of Fire is known for earthquakes and resulting tsunamis, but earthquakes are not the only ways that tsunamis can form. There's another one, and it's
Rock falling from the sky.
landslides.
Oh.
Well, yes, there's asteroids, there is that, but talking about explicitly terrestrial effects,
Okay.
landslides.
Oh,
And
yeah, of course.
Also, landslides can cause mega tsunamis.
No.
And especially if said landslide is large enough, there are a bunch of places where that could potentially occur. There was one very prominent example that occurred in Lituya Bay, Alaska.
Maybe.
There was one particular bay.
Are we talking about like falling ice being bigger than an earthquake?
No, we're talking about like sides of a mountain falling into the water kind of thing. Like entire sides of mountains. So like if I think it's Lituya Bay. So
Gravity's weak.
Lituya Bay, Alaska had an event happen where in 1960 where they had like an 8.9 magnitude earthquake occur, and it jostled the side, like the rock on the side of a mountain in this bay. And it's fascinating because the way that the bay is shaped really contributed to how tall the wave was. And it's kind of hard to explain unless you like look at the shape of the bay. But the only way to describe the shape of the bay is kind of like the shape of Italy, not the boot part, but the top of Italy.
Yes. Okay.
It was a funnel.
So there's a funnel, but there's also the two parts that stream out to the sides.
Okay.
Using that as the analogy, the rock fall happened on the top left-hand corner.
Okay.
And it fell into the bay, and it forced all the water up on the lower top left-hand side. And the wave went up that side and peaked at like 1,700 feet up the hill. Yeah, a 1,700-foot wave. And then it rushed into the rest of the bay, and I think at that point the wave was only 300 feet or something like that. But there's an incredible story where there was a father and son that were in their boat in that bay at the time that it happened, and their boat rode the wave successfully, and they survived.
Jesus Christ. Perfect storm my ass.
and what's really interesting is that wave was so intense that it took out all of the trees along the side of the bay. So you can there is a extremely well-defined line in that bay where it's older trees and then new trees.
But much like in Mount St. Helens when like that blew up.
It's like the baby boom.
And the thing is, the trees, the stark difference in the trees was how they figured out that the tsunami actually took place.
That makes sense, honestly.
Now I'm going to take that event and turn it around into other potential events. There are other places where such landslides can occur. One proposed area is the Big Island of Hawaii.
Yep.
And if that one were to occur, that would cause a mega tsunami for the Pacific.
Yep.
Are shield volcanoes steep enough for that?
Potentially, yes. Some of them could be, especially if the ground is weakened enough, because it would be like a huge chunk of land. We're talking like thousands and thousands of acres,
and we're talking about pretty porous rock sometimes. Yeah.
And then the other one is, I believe, one of the
Trump
islands
Tower.
of the Wish. Um. Anyways, no, I don't want to get Kyle gassed here. But anyways, the other one I think is one of the islands of the Azores in the Atlantic.
Mm.
So there's a I want to say it's one of the islands of the Azores. I'll have to look it up to confirm. But point is that mega tsunami could potentially occur in the Atlantic region if a volcanic eruption occurred on that island, causing a large enough landslide. And they're and there's a decent chance that could happen. Like, it's a small chance, but it's enough to cause concern on anywhere in the Atlantic.
Oh, they are
So,
right
like,
on the rift. I didn't know that they were volcanic islands, though.
So, I mean, you can have hot spots as well. That's how Hawaii forms.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a
But I don't know if that's what causes the volcano in the Azores. I'm not as well versed in that stuff.
I mean, it looks like they are just
the roots.
off of the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, so
Yeah.
I mean, it looks it looks. I mean, I'm on Google Maps looking them up right now because I didn't know that the Azores. I wanted to know what the Azores are.
Yeah.
But it looks
Basically
like they kind of look like the Horn of Africa extending off the ridge. So it looks like there's
basically
something funky
there
going
are many ways that the Earth can kill you. And
on. The entire Earth is Australia. It's just some places they say good day before they kill you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there something
are.
funky about? Oh, that's right. I was going to ask about the islands in the Caribbean. But there's also like, it's not a microplate. It's just a small plate there. That's kind of
there's a small plate there. It's also a small plate that's the Conserva Cascadia. Like if you so there's a Pacific plate and then there's a North American plate. There's actually a third plate in the middle. Is it the Juan de?
I'm trying to look it up right now.
I'm just looking at Google Maps looking for lines in the Earth, and
the Juan de Fuca plate.
That makes sense because, like, the Strait of Juan Fuca is like between Washington State and British Columbia as well too. And with the name of the Strait of Juan Fuca, you would think like, oh, it must be like somewhere in South America. Nope, North America between USA and Canada.
So it is. So it's the Juan de Fuca microplate, and the Juan de Fuca plate is following. Is it following?
I spelled it right on the first try.
So the Juan de Fuca plate is falling down into the North America plate. So what will happen there is the North America plate is actually getting pushed up by the Juan de Fuca plate because they're not able to move. So it's like if you took like a piece of paper and kind of scrunched it in, it would cause the top of that paper to rise a bit.
Or if you try to push at the edge of a carpet.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll rough out.
Yeah, and then once those plates eventually settle and fix themselves in the form of a 9.0 magnitude earthquake, most likely, that's what's going to cause the coastline of Cascadia to fall in probably by about 5 or 6 feet.
Oh, yeah.
And we've observed it. Like, it's happened before. There are actual Native American settlements that you can find that are partially underwater as a result of that falling in. I think it occurred in like 1700. I think. Yeah, it occurred in 1700, and there's like stories about that event, both written and oral.
Yeah, exactly. Jamie J, hello. The Juan Fuca plate that is going to destroy my city. Hawaii is in Portland as well too. Jamie J is in Portland.
Ironically,
the fact that the plate is getting
actually designed to handle a 9.0 earthquake.
The fact that the one place is getting forced under the other is what leads to some, I should say. I don't know about all, but again, just the one class in geophysics, some volcanism. because
Yeah,
the
it does.
plate
Mhm.
that's getting forced under is soaked in water. And as it
Mhm.
goes down, the water gets superheated, and that causes an increase in pressure, which can lead to volcanism.
So yeah,
Mhm.
say hello to Mount Rainier and Mount St. Helens.
Yep.
Yep,
And that's
exactly.
why there isn't volcanism in the Himalayas or Himalayas, because the
Yep.
two plates aren't getting forced under. They're both going up. They're playing penis swords.
Actually, I think the Indian plate is going underneath.
It might.
It might be.
Eh,
It might be. But
Now, what
it's
is
just not
happening
soaked
off
in
of the
water.
coast of New Zealand? Because I hear that there is a rising that's happening in New Zealand on one of their coasts where
I'm
mountains
actually-
and cliffs
I'm
are
act-
actually getting taller.
Yeah, I'm actually looking at the tectonic plates in the Wikipedia article. Share it's like yes, the New Zealand is right on top of the Australian plate and the Pacific plate against each other as well too. And
But I mean, you can get pushed up for a little while and then slap back down. So
Yeah.
who knows what's? I don't know. There are probably people who know what's going to happen there. I'm not one of them.
Yeah. We should talk to a geologist about that. It's all
Yeah,
I
you
know,
should get a
right?
geologist in here to talk
Who do we
about
know?
Mhm.
You got a really ignorant guy and a
this.
somewhat less
It's
ignorant
really
girl.
funny. It's really funny because when I was in grad school, when I was getting my master's degree, one of the things I had to do was to teach labs.
Mhm.
And for the second half of the first year, I taught meteorology, but for the first half, I actually had to teach geology.
They had me
And-
teaching basic earth science at one point.
And the thing is, I had no prior experience in learning geology other than what I had learned like in the basic level stuff in high school and college. So I was like, "You want me to teach the lab?" And it's like, "Don't worry, it's low level. It's only for these are science courses.
It's for the baby people who need a science credit.
Yeah, these are gonna be mostly business and finance majors. You'll be
Yeah.
fine."
I once had a kid lick a rock in lab.
Okay. Now. There is some application to that.
Yeah,
you can, but you
There's
should
some
do that in
application
any
to that.
lab, especially not a lab where sometimes you do chemistry.
If anybody's read H.G. Wells' Journey to the Center of the Earth,
Mhm.
in the beginning,
I'm
I've
familiar
read
with his
it
work.
probably 40, 50 times. In the beginning, the nephew talks about the fact that his uncle can identify different rocks. He's a geologist, can identify different rocks and he gives like a long list of names and by
Oh, there's
taste.
a lot of features. And frankly, taste is one of them. Because the mineral
Oh, yeah.
composition will alter the taste. But you don't lick shit in lab. And also, you shouldn't lick shit
Exactly.
outside. you
One of
shouldn't
my
lick
favorite
shit
memes I've
generally.
ever seen was someone took a periodic table of the elements,
Mhm.
and it was a periodic table by whether or not you can or should lick the element.
For the most part, no.
You should see the one I made Mester. You should see the
And
one.
all the ones that are radioactive just had a skull on them.
The entire left side, the far left side, would be a big old fucking no.
You should see the meme I made yesterday for Facebook. I showed it to
And
Joey
the far
first.
right side.
There's
half.
also a meme that says, "Can you lick the science?" and that it's based on what science it is.
And Isaiah
The
just
answer
joined
is
us.
still mostly no.
Isaiah,
Hey, Isaiah.
Isaiah! Still loving the beard, bro.
Thank you. I got it trimmed a bit. So it's
Oh,
not-
we can barely hear you, or at least I can
Barely.
barely hear you.
Increase the volume somehow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do something about your volume.
No.
Now we can barely hear you.
Do you have your headphones in? Maybe if you put your headphones in, it'll pick those. The microphone in your headphones will do it.
have headphones.
You don't have
darn.
headphones, and so you don't have headphones plugged in. You don't have a Bluetooth
What
attached
kind
to
of
it.
autistic person doesn't have headphones?
really?
You gotta block out exterior sounds.
Give me your
I-
card back.
no
Come on,
joke.
give me your card back.
No joke. I sleep with my headphones on. I probably wear my
Oh,
headphones.
I couldn't do that because I sleep with
I have
myself.
the
probably-
little kind. the
I
Bluetooth.
probably wear my headphones close to 20 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
The
Do
only
your
thing I
headphones
wear
have your
for my
cat ears?
headphones is my socks.
Mm-hmm.
No, they don't actually, because I can't have my headphones have cat ears because sometimes I might want to have demon horns while I'm wearing my cat ears. Or while I'm wearing my headphones.
Okay, so
So Isaiah,
speak
we're
up.
glad to have you here. It's wonderful, but we cannot hear you.
So speak loudly.
Yeah, you're gonna have to yell or something.
Maybe
And
just
maybe-
hold it up to your. Maybe turn the video off and hold it up to your mouth and just yell into the. Or maybe not yell, but.
Speak loudly directly into the microphone on your phone.
Can you hear me now?
There we
Yes.
go.
A little
Yes,
better.
again. A little better.
Well, I am at work. I'm not at my computer. That's also, that's also.
Yeah.
Your work has a very clean ceiling.
Mm-hmm. We can't hear you
We
at
can't
all
hear
right
you
now.
again.
Turn my video off.
Yeah, try that.
Just talk
Uh,
directly into the camera.
It might be a hard. Sorry, it might be a
Remember,
hardware-
the microphone's on the
phone
other
itself.
side of the phone from the camera.
Yes,
Yeah.
talk directly into the camera, blow directly into the breathalyzer.
How
Now?
directly into your transference.
We can sort of hear you, but like others have definitely have to like.
Hey
not
now,
talk
don't
while you-
tempt me with a good time. Don't
Because-
threaten me with a good time.
We can hear you, Isaiah, but like we have to like the others have to not talk in order to hear you.
Well, it's interesting because the speaker, I'm listening to the speaker, and I hear you guys coming out of the speaker, but apparently,
Yeah, the microphone's on the other end of the phone because you're supposed to hold it to your head.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm poor. I don't buy this. Something.
This is a new
Yeah.
problem. We haven't had this problem before when you were at work.
Yeah.
I blame Obama.
Well, I wonder if it's because it's not because usually it's there's a link in the messenger chat where it works all the time, but there was no link in the messenger chat. So I'm wondering if it's something if I'm going through the website.
So you're not using the Zoom app on your phone? You're like going into like the Zoom on a web browser on your phone? Huh. That's interesting.
Well, that's mistake number one.
Well, then again, I had like the one time I joined on the call on my phone while I was at Comuricon, it was like a funky thing where it's just like the messenger app was trying to like open up another program and open up the program in Zoom, and like I don't know, it's like computers and phones are funky sometimes as well too.
Send me the link in Messenger, and maybe I can try it there.
It is the okay. I'll just like send the link to you directly, Isaiah, to you in Messenger, and like hopefully that works as well too. There you are.
I've never had this problem before.
Yeah, I don't know what the problem is exactly as well too. It's like, yeah, we're just like you just came in while we're talking about licking rocks as well too. We also talk about like can like magnetics like help prevent like hurricanes, but we also talk a lot about
We got
like,
so distracted from that so immediately by the earthquake in Russia. Or off the coast of Russia.
I wanted to bring that up since like Necronomicon was following that as well too. So like but yeah, it's like it and then
You guys hear me now? I'm in a quieter spot. Can you guys hear me now?
yes, we can.
Yeah.
And we can hear you, but you're still really quiet.
It will just like to do as well too.
I don't know. I don't have headphones with.
Just maybe raise your hand if you have something you really want to say. This might be just a week that you don't get to say much.
About working.
What?
And Siobhan has her hand raised. Do you have something you want to say, or are you just showing off?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to leave.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
phone's
okay.
in about 20 minutes.
Yes.
And you're going to make fun of flat earthers.
Oh yeah. And here's the thing. A lot of people will you can go to different websites. You can go to NASA, you can go to wherever, and they'll have all these things. You can use a sextant, which I learned how to use recently, which was pretty cool. All sorts of other scientific instruments and whatever to debunk flat earthers or to show points that flat earthers can't refute. But I'm
Why
not doing
can't
all
you
that.
see the Eiffel Tower?
I'm not doing all that shit. Okay, so everything that I cover on the show today, you need absolutely no math whatsoever for.
Mhm.
You need absolutely no equipment whatsoever, except one case, and that's a stick. It can be any size, it can be whatever, and that's all you need is a stick. And every single one of those things will debunk any flat earther, and every single one of those things, every single flat earther that has tried, including when they went up to the pole and tried to do 24-hour stream, has tried debunking them, and they just can't, and it's hilarious. So
And they
I just-
refuse to change
it's a
their
lot
minds.
easier. People sometimes want to do it, but they don't necessarily want to invest in equipment or whatever, or you're sitting there at work and some guy starts mouthing off about the flat earth and whatever,
Mhm.
just hit him with this.
Yeah.
Siobhan O'Connor, I'm on Facebook, I'm on
Blue Sky.
obviously on the tubes.
Mhm.
I also have Existential Cafe on Blue
Mhm.
Sky, and then I have a private group on Facebook, and as
Okay.
well as a public group on Facebook.
Right.
So, all right. Well, thank you for letting
It
me
was
have
nice
on
seeing you, Siobhan.
and run
Thanks
my
for joining
mouth
us.
a little bit.
Bye.
And if you want, I'll holler and see you in a minute.
Yeah. Later. Okay, so Isaiah, you have your hand up now.
Yeah, I do. So a couple months ago, I think when I think Neko was on, we were going to talk about how how the 2025 blizzard happened. Does she want to go over that, or does she want to wait till another time? 'Cause I know she brought it up a couple months ago.
God, what event was this?
So
2025
remember,
blizzard. So
Are you talking about the one that occurred way down in the south?
I got hit by that, and it was a piece of shit. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. God, that was so many weather events have happened since then.
Weather happens every day.
Okay. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
2025 has already become one of the most expensive years for natural disasters in the US. I think the last check, it was like $93 billion in total. We haven't even had a hurricane make landfall yet.
oh,
Is that because it's been a bad year, or because of Trump, or both?
climate change brought on by
Trump.
It's all the above, I say.
That guy's fucking up everything.
Mhm.
Because I would imagine having an incompetent, dipshit, criminally insane game show host in charge, trying to destroy the government, alongside the chainsaw wielding child rapist.
hosts.
Mhm.
That's an insult to game show hosts. Okay, we do not place Drew Carey and the like among him.
But would we put Drew Carey in charge of the government? I mean, he
Actually,
seems like a swell guy.
I feel like he would probably do better, honestly.
Well, anyone would, but that's not the question.
True.
Yeah. Like, again,
Yeah,
this.
the bar got buried.
Yes, this like Xbox controller is not a fascist. Yes, this Xbox controller will do better than Donald Trump in the government right now. But like,
That
I also
don't mean
have
it would do good.
and I also have high standards, so like, I understand why some people can't vote for like a genocidal party or a genocidal candidate. So I'm just saying that.
your Xbox could be the sub control for the Titanic sub that crashed.
I guess this Xbox controller can like sink a Titanic. Yes, I can guess it can do that as well too. Or like if you put it in charge, put it on the steer wheel. Like yes, could it like steer it away from the iceberg? Who knows? But anyway, so yes, what events has happened recently? Well, hold on, Isaiah, you were about to say something.
No, okay, no. Well, but before we get to that, I was gonna share my awesome cosplay idea for next Infinity Con next year. You
Okay.
guys wanna-
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm gonna dress up as the bus from the movie Speed. Do you want to know how I'm
Say
gonna
that
spin?
again.
The
He's
bus.
gonna cosplay as the bus from Speed.
You know how
Are you gonna have a little Sandra Bullock steering you?
exact a cardboard model of that exact bus and wear it over myself. You know, like a mat, like kind of like, you know, like a Flintstone would do that in the show.
You were Flintstone.
Is it cosplay like that okay? Because it would seem like it would be cumbersome and bulky and might get in the way of people.
I've seen some outrageous cosplays at like.
Okay, I mean, I've never been to a cosplay sort of. I've never been to any convention, so I just don't know what's okay and what's not.
It could. That's why I'm trying to brainstorm how to do it. Because it could.
Make sure that like it can like be like taken apart in parts as well too, or like you can like take it off and then like flatten it up. So
maybe
like, you can, like...
if you made it an accordion kind of thing, so that you could open it up and close it on request, so that you could be friendly to crowds and then have fun at the times.
I don't want it to be massive, so I'm trying to like brainstorm about how big this is going to be, because it does need to be. Yeah, like you said, it can't be cumbersome. It can't be gray. It can't be too long or too wide. So yeah.
So yeah,
that's something. I can see why you need a year to plan out this cosplay.
I have seen some people that cosplays as the Daleks from Doctor Who. So like it can be done. Something kind of like intricate costume like that. It can be done. It's worth like it's in different parts. So like when she needs to pose as a Dalek exterminate for like photos, she can just like clamp down and just have the thing to point at people as well too. So like it breaks up in like 3 different structures as well too. The base is like on wheels as well too. Well, of course.
Here's an idea. I've seen this awesome thing. I would have to Google for about 10 minutes to find it, where somebody was wearing a bunch of stuff made of cardboard boxes, and they were walking around looking like a transformer, and then they lay down on the floor, and suddenly they're a car. So maybe you could make yourself like into the bus that way, and then sometimes you just crouch down on the floor, and you're the bus.
You know what?
Yeah, maybe. Also planning on like when they like I don't know, like I'm gonna have to obviously like do this with the company obviously, but I was thinking I could do like a mini jump, like you know from the movie where it jumps the ramp. I was just thinking
yeah.
All right.
Maybe you could just make yourself a diorama. Turn yourself into a diorama is what I mean. Like create a specific scene and you wear that.
Hold on. Okay. Necronomicon, you have something to share?
Yeah, I pulled up the information on the Southern Winter Storm, and I can kind of explain it now.
The whole time
What,
we've been talking about cosplay.
What, you thought I was just listening about this weird bus cosplay that you're planning on doing? No. I muted everyone. No, I didn't actually mute anyone.
Love that you can do research while listening to weird bus cosplay.
Listen. ADHD brain makes you both the best and worst at multitasking.
Oh, shit, yep.
It also makes you either the best or worst plant parent. You're
because it either needs to be done right now or not right now. And you can put off watering a plant for a little while.
And unfortunately, I found out the hard way that my version of ADHD makes me the worst plant parent.
So, I've never even considered it. Because you can't cuddle a plant. Well, you could cuddle a plant.
I don't know. A plant can't tell me when they're hungry like a cat.
Only good with roses and weed.
Roses. Yeah.
If you can make black roses,
give it a lot of attention, then I can do that. Like I can remember every day.
Okay,
give
Joey,
it some attention.
If you can make black roses and edibles out of said weed, can I come to your house?
Can make Kool-Aid taco and make a cocktail, so we can do that.
Yeah. So anyway, so like you have you now can like recite a facts to us.
All right. So the snow storm that occurred in the South, it occurred January 21st and 22nd of this year. And it was caused by a combination of 2 factors. One was
the gays.
No, shut up.
No, excuse me. The gays are hot as fuck. You could not be more
excuse me,
wrong.
have you ever met an ice queen?
Okay, Elsa. You're gonna make me into an ice queen at some point if you keep interrupting my ass.
Oh, well, nope, I won't say that.
Mhm.
Good. You're learning.
So anyway,
I'll make hell freeze over for you.
Right, Neko,
Huh?
polar vortex.
Yes, I'm getting to that. I'm getting to that.
Mhm.
So the first factor was a very large cold snap that occurred that coincided with polar vortex event. So there are factors prior to a quote unquote polar vortex event
Mhm.
that are like the indicators leading up, like when this event happens, this event happens, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So the polar vortex itself is just the polar jet stream that occurs during wintertime, and it locks the Arctic air in the Arctic, the really cold Arctic air.
Mhm.
But if it weakens, if that polar vortex weakens, it can either break or it can split.
Mhm.
And in either of those scenarios, that really cold Arctic air can move south. Sometimes it'll move south over like Siberia or Europe, and other times it'll move over North America.
Mhm.
If it splits, it can do both, theoretically.
Is that the fact that it seems to be happening more frequently now? Is that
Yes.
related to global warming, climate change?
There is a correlation that it could make that true. Yes.
Yeah.
So the precursor.
Are we heading toward a situation like Saturn with the uppy downy kind of jet streams, or is it just going unstable?
It can more easily become unstable. So what happens is, so if a sudden stratic warming event, or not, now I'm getting ahead of myself. If a polar vortex event, what the public knows as a polar vortex event is step 3 in the process. The stratospheric sudden warming event is like step 1. So what happens
The
is
sudden warming, are you talking about like a heat dome?
so what happens is that in the stratosphere, in the polar stratosphere, so you got to think about the levels in the atmosphere real quick. So the jet stream, the polar jet, is in the troposphere overall, which
That's
is
the
the
one that's
lowest
right down
level.
on the ground, right?
That's the lowest level of the atmosphere. That's where about 95 to 99% of all weather happens.
Because isn't that also where like 95% of the air is, because it gets thin? Well, maybe not 95%, but
the majority of it, yes.
Yeah.
So the stratosphere is the next level above. But what happens in the stratosphere can affect what happens in the troposphere. And what happens is the in the precursors to a polar vortex event, the temperatures in the stratosphere in the polar region can warm very rapidly. And we've seen this happen before, and it's believed that that signature could occur more often as a result of climate change. All right? That's where the connection is. I'm going to keep going with this for now. This train is going, and if anybody tries to stop me, I'm just gonna run your ass over.
Threaten me with a good time.
I gotta go back to work in a few minutes, but I was just gonna add that. Do you think that the thermal like this like introducing this new variable in this really complicated machine would just cause it to happen more?
Yeah. Okay. So the shortest answer is it is entirely possible that, and probably likely that, in a warming climate, we might see more events like what happened in January 2025. because
Well, that is you keep going.
overall warming climate has the capability of causing extremes on both ends, and a polar vortex cold snap event is an example of that.
Well, that was
Does
a
that
very
make sense?
simple answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There are
In
multiple
other
steps in
words,
between that I'm skipping
Get
here.
scarves.
There's multiple steps that I'm skipping there, but
Mhm.
yeah, like
Short
It
answer,
is entire-
yes.
yeah. Well, the short answer is probably,
Mhm.
not necessarily yes.
Freaking scientists.
Of course. Anyway,
But
yeah,
you have more.
go ahead.
but yeah,
Before I run,
that's the really short version.
Oh, hold on. Isaiah, before you run, go ahead.
I was gonna say, does Neko want to know what my favorite meteorology movie is? Does she want to know?
Yes, I would love to know.
Are you gonna hate me when I say it?
Is it Sharknado?
Nope.
Is it worse than Sharknado?
No.
Define worse.
Sharknado 2.
All right,
Snakes
just
on a
say
plane.
it.
Okay. I'll just say it. I Twister. I fucking love Twister. All right, shoot me.
No,
I'm not
that's a good
surprised by
movie.
that answer. That was a well-known answer.
Isaiah,
Yes.
Twister was one of the things that got me started in meteorology.
I honestly could have sworn that you had spent like 2 hours sharing your love of Twister.
No
earlier.
joke, Isaiah. Twister is one of the best meteorology-related movies ever made.
Mhm. Yeah.
I thought
Like
you were
it.
this
No,
movie
why
is-
would I hate you for that? No. No.
It's
Twister-
sensational, but at least it has a good van, right?
It also had very good special effects too.
Yes.
Like you got to remember that movie came out in the 90s.
And have Bill
Like-
Paxton.
had very
Hey,
good.
think
rest
you
in peace,
mean,
Bill Paxton.
No, I won't say it. I won't go there.
What do you say,
Bruce
Isaiah?
Campbell.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell. We all know, and Bruce Campbell's actually Necronomicron's favorite actor. Anyway, Isaiah, you mentioned something.
Why would I say that?
It had the best like alt rock soundtrack ever.
Yes, no joke. There are songs from that movie that I have on a playlist for storm chasing.
Aha.
Do you actually do storm chasing?
I have, yes.
Oh, okay.
It is. I've not. Let's just put it this way: living in New England, there aren't that many opportunities.
True.
But, it's funny because I have driven into 3 tornado-warned storms in my life. 2 of them were not intentional. Like literally 2 of them were the result of I was going somewhere, like it was like a longer road trip that I was already on,
And
And
you
I
got
just so
distracted
happened-
and drove into a storm because you saw
no, the storm came to me. The storm literally came to me twice.
And you're so
And
attractive.
you wonder why I worship a storm goddess.
That's why.
Which one?
Um,
Or just in general?
it is she's an unnamed storm goddess that is not associated with any particular pantheon.
Okay, that's fair. Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yes, pagan. Eclectic pagan. Also, for any pagans in the audience, happy Lugnasa, by the way. I didn't get to say that when
that's
Siobhan was here. I was sad. I was sad that I didn't get
yeah.
to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Lugnasa happened a day or 2 ago. So
Nice. Yeah, you mentioned that on your stream last night as well too. Isaiah, any final comments before you leave the call? If you need to leave the call.
Oh, I was just really happy that Neko Yamakan, I know I mispronounced that, that I like Twister because I thought she was gonna be one of those people that are like, well, this can't happen here because they got to do this over there.
okay, here's the thing.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
the
sure
science of we literally talked about the science of Twister before. Yes,
Yeah.
there's definitely inaccuracies, but this is one of those situations where it's like, don't care. Awesome movie. It got me into. It was one of the things that got me into meteorology. I can look past that.
Right.
Mhm.
In
I
fact,
feel
it just
confident
makes
we
for a
brought
good
her on
discussion.
specifically because you love Twister.
Yeah, that was like why I came on the first time.
I mean, too,
But we
well,
never
it's like-
talked about it because Isaiah never showed up, so it was the second time.
He was working though. That's fine. But yeah,
One more thing. Have
Sure.
Have Echo ever seen The Perfect Storm? Because that's a
The
really
movie?
good. The Perfect Storm.
Are you
Yeah,
talking
the
about the
movie.
movie, The
Clooney.
Perfect
Yeah,
Storm?
he died.
I have not seen it, but I've seen snippets of it. I've seen clips of it, but I've not seen the movie as a whole. It is definitely on my list of movies to watch.
Okay.
That particular storm was the result of a nor'easter that was it either spawned from or merged with a hurricane that was occurring at the time.
Wow, hurricanes got
Interesting.
that far north. Damn.
Well, it wasn't necessarily the hurricane got that far north. It was that it survived
system.
long enough. It survived long enough to get absorbed by it.
Okay.
Because the perfect storm occurred in October, if I recall correctly.
Halloween.
So it would have been, yes, you're right. It was October, so it would have occurred during prime hurricane season. Well, maybe kind of post prime.
The end
still,
of hurricane season. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hurricane season officially ends on November 30th.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it
hurricane
was at sometime late September, early October. Huh.
So hurricane season, at least in meteorology, officially begins on June 1st and ends on November 30th. Theoretically, though, hurricanes could occur any time of year, but the factors that allow for hurricane production really occur most prevalently between June 1st and November 30th. And the peak tends to occur from end of August into like mid-October.
Do you think climate chaos is going to change that? Like maybe make it happen
Make it a
so
year
that
around from now.
like hurricanes go
Not
happen outside of
necessarily.
that?
There's multiple factors in how hurricanes form. The two main ones. Well, there's three. One is you need a low pressure system to usually one that forms off of the coast of Africa. Sometimes it'll just form off the over the water, but you need a low pressure system of some kind. Two, you need energy, which for a hurricane is the heat of the ocean water, especially near the surface. And the third one, arguably the most important thing, is you need no wind shear, which is kind of counterintuitive because, as we discussed before, for severe thunderstorms, you do want wind shear.
But for hurricanes, you need the thing to build up.
Yes, hurricanes are a giant fucking series of thunderstorms that literally go all the way up to the top of the troposphere. So in order for that to function and be healthy, you don't want any change in wind direction with height, because while shear may strengthen a severe thunderstorm, it basically acts like a shredder for hurricanes. So the thing that we don't really know very well right now is, will climate change cause more or less of those periods of time where there's no wind shear? We don't know a lot about that.
Well,
that's what can cause there to be more or less hurricanes.
Well,
I'm under the impression that scientists are predicting more hurricanes rather than stronger hurricanes due to global.
No, it's the other way around.
Oh,
they are predicting that right now. The prediction is probably the same number of hurricanes, but the hurricanes that do form will be more powerful.
That sucks.
Well, because think about it logically for a second. Let's think about it logically.
I mean, the water is going to be warmer, but
if the water is going to be warmer, that's more energy for any hurricanes that do form.
Okay.
If we are if the signature for wind shear or lack thereof is unclear, then the prevailing assumption is that it probably won't change, because there's no clear signature one way or another. So that would mean the number of hurricanes probably won't change, but the intensity of them, if they do form, will increase. So what that will mean is more tropical storms will more often form into hurricanes, and hurricanes will more often form into major hurricanes. So
Yeah.
Isaiah,
so
move
like,
out of Florida.
yes, no, for real, get out of Florida. There are so many reasons to get out of Florida.
Isaiah has to go though.
All right,
Yeah.
bye, Isaiah.
Bye, buddy.
Good luck getting out of Florida.
Hi, Isaiah.
Bye, Isaiah.
But yeah,
Okay, so like any other places that people got to get out of with like the increasing number and or increased intensity of like
The
tropical
east
storms
coast
and
of the
hurricanes?
United States.
literally the entire east coast of the U.S.,
And
which is
the Gulf
ironic because I live in
Coast.
Boston.
And the Caribbean.
Yeah, the coast off the Gulf of Mexico.
Basically,
I will
anywhere that
never
gets
stop
hit.
I will never stop overemphasizing that until
Yeah.
they change it back.
Yeah.
Also, anywhere controlled by Republicans.
Yeah. Well, to leave those areas for other reasons if you're able to. Unless,
Well,
like,
see, here's the problem. Some of the safest
The
places to be
people
away
who
from
need it
hurricanes. Ironically, some of the better states to avoid hurricanes are the red states.
Yeah.
Yes. So move into
But-
the cities of those red states then.
Yeah, we
I
don't
would
get
honestly-
hurricanes in South Dakota.
Yeah, I honestly, if you want to avoid like the worst effects of climate change, the safest place, in my opinion, would probably be a city like Denver.
That makes
Mhm.
sense. Sounds like Mile High City.
Yeah, like being in the mountains up in there.
Slight problem with that is that they don't have much local food production. And food production is
Yeah.
going to be hit by climate change.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
I'm
yeah.
talking about live it. I'm talking about
Yeah,
a place to
yeah,
live.
yeah.
Mhm.
They could probably do without
I-
AC.
What's interesting is that
Maybe.
Colorado is actually can be a tornado hotspot at times.
Oh.
The eastern Colorado is on the western edge of the
The
classic tornado alley
Yeah.
because eastern Colorado is actually very plain. Like it's very plains.
Yep.
It just
Yeah, it's
slowly
not the
rises
foothills.
up.
It's an entire
Yeah,
state.
it slowly rises up, and then you get to Denver, and then you go any further west, and boom, you got mountains.
Yep.
And those are very steep mountains.
Yeah, but what's interesting about that area in particular, being on the foothills of those mountains, is you can get they get their own weird weather effects depending on.
Hail.
Yes, hail is the big one. Hail and
Isn't that
surprisingly
suddenly
tornadoes.
rising air?
Yeah, so I have to go look into it, but because it depends very much on the direction that the storms are going. I think if they go in more of a north-south direction, there's effects with the mountains and stuff that combine to allow the storms to produce a shit ton of hail, and if the conditions are right, you can get tornadoes around Denver as well.
Like the city itself.
Yeah, right near the city itself. There's literally videos of people approaching Denver International Airport, and people are videoing, like getting videos of a tornado that's on the ground from the plane.
Jesus.
And that was like a
Bring your
couple
brown
months ago.
shirts.
That was like a few months ago. So, but yeah, no, like some areas of Colorado, they'll get so much hail that it looks like it snowed. They will get inches of hail in depth.
Big ones too. Big
Yeah.
hail.
They'll get hail floods.
Wow.
They'll get
I
hail
have been
floods.
caught in hailstorms here in Greenville. We're in the foothills of the we're basically all in the Appalachians, which are the foothills of the compared to the Rockies. And we get some really nasty storms. And one time I got drowned, and then suddenly there was hail, and it was nasty.
See, here's the thing about the Appalachians. The Appalachians,
They're old.
whatever you want to call them. The Appalachians are so fucking old.
No dinosaurs.
The reason why the Appalachians are as short as they are is because there's been enough time for them to get weathered down.
One Trump.
There was a period of
sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
there was a period of time where the Appalachians were one of the tallest mountain ranges in the world, like a few 100 million years ago.
Yeah.
They're older
And-
than the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Mhm.
literally older than the dinosaurs.
The Black Hills are pretty old too. That's where I live.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and like you talk,
We get
people talk-
tornadoes on the outside of the ridge in the town that I live in.
Oh yeah,
And lots of hailstorms. We get a lot of hail around here too.
Mhm.
yeah. No. So Black Hill. So are you like in central South Dakota?
No, I am in, it's like,
Are you like central, eastern, or western South Dakota?
it's like the northern hills,
Mhm.
but
Okay.
the hills
I don't know where the hills
themselves are in the bottom corner of South Dakota.
Are we talking like
East-
bottom
west?
eastern or bottom western?
Bottom western.
Bottom
Okay.
western.
Okay,
Oh,
so
Like
you're
Okay.
kind of
Okay.
central.
southwestern, the hills are like down in South Dakota, like in a little southwestern patch.
So you're
And
kind of
I'm
central
in
western is what you're
northern
saying?
hills,
Black
so it's more like
Hills.
central going this way.
Oh,
Show us your
Okay,
hand in
yeah,
the
yeah.
square.
The center,
Oh, I got it.
but over on the west.
Yeah. So
yeah.
it's like center,
Black
but to the
Hills.
west is South Dakota. Yeah. I see.
Okay,
like
so you're in
Black
the
Hills.
so you're like in the southwest corner of South Dakota.
Yes, but
Kinda,
close to the
yeah.
center.
The northern part of that corner. Sounds like.
No,
I'm in
part.
Sturgis, which is currently just swamped
Mhm.
with motorcycles.
Oh, that's right. The Harley Davidson like motorcycle rally is
This week.
happening.
It just started.
Oh
Just
my
started on
God.
Friday, so that's like all I can freaking hear.
Oh, I got you.
along
Oh,
the
Sturgis is right on
road.
990.
There's like
You sounded so excited about that.
850,000
Okay.
people trekking through my little town with a normal population of 7,000.
Wow.
No, I
Like-
was
That
just
sounds
excited
like a lot of
because-
meth and hookers came with them.
It is. It is a lot of meth and hookers.
No, I was excited because I was looking at the map and I saw Sturgis was right on I-90, and I'm just like, I-90 literally ends in Boston.
Yeah.
So
I've
theoretically,
driven
like, if
either
I-
end of I-10.
if I
down
wanted
south, so I get
to,
it.
I could literally just take I-90 and not deviate at all,
And you could visit me.
eventually end up in Sturgis.
I need to also go all the way to Seattle too.
Yeah, it does.
You're 90
Yeah,
buddies.
exactly.
I
90s buddies.
I-90, I-90 friends. But yeah, no.
Anyway.
What was I thinking about? Oh yeah, the Appalachians.
Hail.
The Appalachians are so fucking old that it's no shock that people talk about weird shit that happens in the Appalachians. And the thing is, what's really interesting is technically the Appalachians go all the way to Scotland.
Ah, that's
Oh, they
interesting.
go up and around?
Well,
I saw
not
that.
necessarily. What happened was that you know the Appalachians predate the split of North America and Europe.
Oh,
Ah,
okay.
when it was like a Pan-Eurasia or something like that.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
was Scotland like once part of Nova Scotia or something? That would be
Kinda,
fun.
yeah. Yeah, no, at one point that area was all together and the
I'm seeing the
Appalachians
pieces missing.
formed during that time. So
The reason it would be fun
The-
is because
the-
Nova Scotia
the
is from
mountain
Scotland.
ranges ranges in Ireland and Scotland are the northern tip of Appalachia.
Yep. I
I'd
can
like
kind
to-
of sort of see it. Yes.
Yeah.
One mountain stream carries away one dump truck's worth of stone every year.
Yep.
That's how long it takes to wear down a mountain. That's how old the Appalachians are.
And as someone who grew up in Appalachia, I grew up in rural New England, so I grew up in areas of Appalachia. It's
Talking Catskills or Green Mountains?
green and white mountains.
Okay. So you're way up north.
Yeah, like I said, rural New England.
Mhm.
Catskills
Yeah.
are not part of New England. Catskills are New York.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, way to be. Oh, so bougie.
Listen. New England is defined as all the states east of New York.
Yeah, I know.
And Connecticut is on thin ice, okay? Connecticut's on thin ice.
That's anti-Semitic.
I don't know. Let's ignore John Brockman. But anyway, I love the conversation. Always love the conversation with all of you. I love the conversation with Necronomicon as well too.
Oh, we're
But
after 3:30. Didn't know.
we are at 5 minutes
Oh,
after
shit.
like our standard time. So like Do you have any like final thoughts, Economicon, about whatever it is you want to talk about as well too? We'll give you the final floor, final word.
Oh, what was the other thing that we were talking about?
Earthquakes.
We talked about a lot today. Yeah, hurricane season is underway. We'll
Lenny
see
Bruce
what happens.
is not insane.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
90s kids.
Yes. They're burst time.
I feel fine.
But yeah, no.
I'm not
real
afraid.
quick,
God damn it,
yeah,
I fucked up the line.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect Storm was a nor'easter that absorbed Hurricane Grace.
Okay, yeah.
That was the bit that I was trying to that I wanted to mention. So yeah, it was what's known as an extratropical cyclone.
Oh, okay, fascinating.
Extra
yeah,
because it went beyond the boundaries?
Yes, pretty much. Well, not necessarily that. An extratropical cyclone, kind of. Hurricanes have a warm core low, and extratropical cyclones, extratropical turns into cold core. So a hurricane can transition into an extratropical cyclone by going from a warm core to a cold core.
Words are hard.
Words are hard. Words are hard, and so am I. Mean, what?
you didn't need to share that, but like, if you felt like sharing, anyway.
No, that was just purely.
Don't sexualize your
actually
crotch.
true right now. see, that's the thing. That's the thing about HRT. You don't wake up with it that much more.
Interesting. I mean, I wouldn't mind having a detachable penis, honestly. That's a King Missile song would sing.
Make it easier to clean.
I want both. Okay, that's the
exactly.
Thing. I like the versatility.
So Necronomicon, love having you on as always. Anytime you have anything specific that you want to talk about, or you want to discuss on this show,
I wanted to say that.
You can
always welcome to come in here and gush.
Gush about science.
You're gonna have to be very specific about what you mean by gush, but okay.
Necronomicon can be found on twitch.tv/Necronomicon, where you do usually you do a Tuesday night stream where you play Fortnite,
Tuesday night Fortnite, Thursday nights usually Clone Hero, Saturday if I stream is basically a free for all, whatever I feel like doing, which half the time is Fortnite anyways.
Yeah.
I do like to do I've been doing Balatro a lot lately. That's been a lot of fun. I do occasional meteorology streams as well when something interesting comes up. I almost did something for the earthquake, but that's not technically meteorology, so I wasn't. Yeah. But if we get something in the near future, I'll try and come up with an excuse. Usually I'll do other events. Actually, no, I actually have an idea for one because Joey mentioned that he lives in the Dakotas. There's actually a very fascinating tornadic event that occurred near Fargo, North Dakota in the early 50s. It was an F5 that occurred. And it was one of the most studied tornadoes by Ted Fujita himself. And the thing that was fascinating about that storm was that the moisture that helped contribute to the storm was corn sweat.
Wow, interesting. All
so
right.
Agriculture causes tornadoes. That's new for me.
Well, agriculture can contribute to storm activity. Yeah, mainly corn production because of the amount of water it releases into the atmosphere.
Corn sweat sounds kind of porny, gotta say.
Someone showed me that meme the other day, corn, it has the juice. And they're like, you have no idea how right you are.
Interesting thing like that. No, actually, a sex worker does say they do a corn stream or a corn telethon because of like certain apps like TikTok or other places like will censor you or like beat you down in the algorithm and stuff like that.
Fuck Visa and MasterCard, by the way.
Oh yeah, fuck Visa and MasterCard. Like someone shared me something about that. Call them, break them as well too. I think I'll find like a Discord like a thing that I shared. Oh yeah, I shared that in the I shared it in your just.
I'll have to make a stream about that tornado and maybe a couple of other weird ones.
Oh damn it! There's like too many like characters like that. Isn't okay, but I did. Yes, we have a cheat sheet for the Anderson-ship cheat sheet, so you can call Mastercard, call like Visa, call Stripe, call PayPal, call them as well too to like tell them what the fuck with this like censorship thing. Why do you listen to a bunch of like
I'm
a-holes
sorry,
kind of,
we're gonna have to call this quick. Puppy is indicating he needs to go for a walk, and he's had diarrhea the last couple of days.
Okay, all right. So quickly, I'm Summer Geek. Summer Geek on all the socials. I may or may not stream later today. I've gone to wait around to see if like I'm going to do a stream with like a friend of mine and like a third party. If the third party like communicates and stuff like that. So who knows? So maybe I'll stream later today. Maybe not. Who knows? Maybe later today. John Brockman, you're part of another podcast called Dungeons and
And
Debacles.
Debacles, a lot of fun. We'll go.
Yes. Yes. Don't forget charity links on page and take care of yourselves, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.